Are you wondering when you're finally going to unlock the Assault Soldier Ants? Well, after this video, you should know exactly when that's going to happen. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the calculators that we created for the Ants Underground Kingdom, which answers some of the most common questions that you might have. But before we get there, I want you to know you can save a lot of money in the Ants Underground Kingdom like hundreds of other people that are taking advantage of our promo code with Aptoide. Check out the video that I'm sharing in the description or wait until the end of the video and I'm gonna link it to the top right of the screen so you can just click that button and go there. Well, back to our video. What better way to show it than by actually going to the skylines.com website, going into the Ants Underground Kingdom and looking at the calculators directly. Now, quick thing about the website, it's actually been in development for a while and a lot of money and a lot of time went into it, but right now it's only in phase 1. I really want to continue enhancing the website, making it better and better and more useful to you all in hopes that you're going to keep this website on in your browser or have it bookmarked so that you can visit it often, and that's one way that I'll know that I'm heading in the right direction. If you have any suggestions on things to add to the website, let us know on Discord. I'm always trying to find out interesting ways to make the website more and more useful to our Sky community. Well, you can see that the three calculators are Insect Level Up Cost, T10 Evolution Cost, and T11 Assault Soldier Ants. I'm going to be going over them with you and hopefully if there are any questions, I can actually resolve them for you. Let's start with the Insect Level Up Cost calculator. A very common question that people have is, well, I want to get my insect to level, let's say 60 in my case. But when you are above level 20, it's not as standard or simple as just, hey, I need 15,000 Ascent shells and 71.5 thousand exotic fodder. There's always another loop to it, right? You have to earn 3 insects of the same quality at level 40 and above if you are level 59 and want to get to 60, right? So that adds an extra layer of cost that isn't clear when you're looking at it. The second thing is perhaps you want to find out how much time you'd have to wait before you get to level 70, for example, right? And you might have a calculation of how many essentials you get every week. That way, using our calculator, you'll know exactly how many you need and you'd be able to get an estimate of how many weeks it's going to take you. In my case, I'm curious to know, I want to get it to level 60. When will I get it? Okay, so firstly, the current level is 59, we know that, and the target level is 60 because that's where I want to get it to. Then the feeder insect 1 level and feeder insect 2 level, that is basically what we saw here. Earn 3 insects of the same quality at level 40 or above, right? So I don't have 2 insects that are level 40. One of them is 32, one of them is 34. Now, if, for example, I did have them both at 40, I would put 40, 40 here, and the amount that you would see after I press proceed to calculation would be exactly what we saw going from levels 59 to 60. That's 15,000 essentials and 71.5 thousand exotic fodder. Exactly as we see here. But since I have one at 32 and one at 34, the calculations obviously have to change. So let's do that, 34 and 32. Proceed to calculation and now you see the new cost, which is the exact cost it's going to take me to get my insect to level 60, right? And you can just see it right here, 51,000 essentials, right? And I only have 7.8 thousand. Right, these are hard to get, so it's going to take me a long time before you see me at level 60. That's pretty obvious. Now I've also added exotic fodder cost, insect fodder cost, honeydew, meat, plant, wet soil, and sand, just in case any of you are running low on resources, you can get an idea of that as well. Now, if I wanted to, I could, let's say, go all the way out, and I want to see how many I need for level 100, right? Of course, my current level, feeder levels remain the same. Let's proceed to calculation, and you can see almost 670,000 Ascent shells. It's pretty clear it's going to take a long time before I get there. Anyway, let's go back to 60 and I'm going to show you the other tab that I didn't show you. That is the result tab. And what is that? Well, it's showing you that the main insect is going from level 59 to 60, which is pretty obvious. It's telling you how many talent points you're going to get. So I'm going to get 5 extra talent points. You can confirm this from here as well. You had 85 at level 59 and 90 at 60. You can also see you're getting an increase in soldier count in the main insect of 400. That's basically the amount of soldier ants you can have in your troop per row. So 400 more. That's also something you can verify straight from here. 6,350 plus 400 is 6,750. It's also showing you that the feeder needs to go all the way to 40, right? So the first one is 34. It has to go to 40. The second one is 32. It has to go to 40 as well. It's also showing the talent points soldier count for that as well, although I guess that might not be as important for you as the main insect. If you scroll down, you can see the sacrifices. That's basically this thing over here. You need to sacrifice a bunch of orange insects for you to actually do the level ups as well. This is telling us you need to have 2 4-star insects, 2 5-star insects, and 1 7-star insect ready for the sacrifice to allow you to get your insect to level 60. So that's the insect level up cost calculator. Let's go to the T10 Evolution Cost. Now, if you're in a particular newer server, you're probably curious how many creature remains you need to get to T10. Or perhaps your question might be a little different. How many creature remains do I need to get the fatal acid to increase my damage so that I can do more damage to Groundhog, for example, right? So what we have in this calculator is that first you choose carrier, guardian, or shooter. Let's say shooter in my particular case. Let's say that I am at Focus Fire level 15. So let's go and find Focus Fire, and there it is. And I said level 15, so let's put it as level 15. Then what it does is that since you are Focus Fire, it knows for a fact that your Advanced Sword Medium is maxed out, but it doesn't know the levels of these two. And it needs to know that because it doesn't want to assume that to be level 0, because then the costs are not going to be accurate. Let's say your level for the Advanced Shooter Ant Mutation is 15. So let's assume it's maxed out. Let's go in here, 15. Now, once it sees that it's maxed out, what it does is that it then asks, how about hidden weakness, right? If this is maxed out, it needs to know what your level of hidden weakness is. It doesn't want to assume it to be 0, again, for the same reason. Let's say the level of hidden weakness is 3. Now it knows exactly where you are in the tree down to every single detail. Then you can go ahead and answer, where do you really want to go, right? You could say that, hey, I want to go to Fatal Acid, or you could say I want to go to T10 Shooter Ant. Click proceed to calculation, and it's going to give you the cost of creature remains, honeydew, meat, plant, wet soil, and sand for you to get all the way to T10 from your current position. If you wanted to, you could switch it to Fatal Acid, let's say level 5, and then you get a different result, obviously. Now let's go back to the T10 Shooter Ant and go to result. What the result does is that it tells you that you leveled up your Focus Fire from 15 to 20, Hidden Weakness from 3 to 20, Efficient Shooter Ant Healing from 0 to 20, Specialized Fiber, Specialized Acid 0 to 20, Fatal Acid 0 to 20, Shooter Ant's Body Enhancement 0 to 20, and then T10 Shooter Ant from 0 to 1. This is just a way to show you that these are the things that were considered in the calculation to get the cost that you looked at. It's a way for you to validate what evolutions were considered in the calculation, although I'm assuming the main thing you want to see is the creature remain cost. So that is the T10 evolution cost. Let's go to the most interesting one for you guys, I'm sure, T11 Assault Soldier Ants. So what it does is very similar. First, it wants to know exactly where you are. So Queen, Carrier Ant Nest, Shooter Ant Nest, Guardian Ant Nest, Special Ant Nest, and Evolution Fungi amplification levels. Let's make it as accurate as possible in my particular case. So I'm at 7-0 for my Queen. Let's go in here, put in a 7. Let's go to the Carrier Ant Nest, and it's 6-0. Guardian Ant Nest is actually 6-4, and my Shooter Ant Nest is 6-0. So both Carrier and Shooter 6-0, Guardian 6-4. Guardian 6-4, Shooter and Carrier are 6-0. Special Ant Nest is 7-0, and Evolution Fungi is 6-0. Evolution 6-0, Special Ant Nest 7-0. So now we're done with the building ones. Let's go to the evolution progress, and I am at Feral Instinct level 3. Since Feral Instinct doesn't have any sibling nodes, it is just a simple one question, right? If it was a different one where there are other things in different columns like tactics research, it would ask very similar questions to the T10 Evolution Cost. It will bring in the extra options and then try to find out where you are. In my particular case, it's pretty straightforward. Level 3, Feral Instinct. The next question is how many amp crystals and amp crystal fragments I have. 676 and 231. 676, 231. And now we've given it all the data that it's asked for, and we can do proceed to calculation. What you see here is the cost in amp crystals to get T11 Assault Carrier Ants unlocked, Assault Shooter Ants unlocked, and Assault Guardian Ants unlocked. Now you'll notice that Carriers actually have the lowest cost in amp crystals, Shooter has a little bit higher, Guardians has the highest. The reason for that is because at minimum you do need to get the Carrier Ant Nest to level 9 anyway to get to Queen 10. So no matter if you're unlocking Shooter or Guardian, Carrier Ant Nest is always going to be level 9 at minimum. Then you have to evolve the Shooter Ant Nest to 10 if you're trying to unlock the Assault Shooter Ants, or Guardian Ant Nest to 10 if you're trying to unlock the Guardian. Shooter Ant Nest is always going to be at minimum level 8, regardless of which type of Assault Soldier Ants you're trying to unlock. Guardian Ant Nest is going to be at minimum level 7. So if that didn't make sense, let me put it again. If you want to unlock Assault Shooter Ants, you need to get your Shooters all the way to 10, but you also, regardless of that, need to get your Carriers all the way to 9, right? Because that's a requirement for Queen 10. But if you were doing Carrier Assault Ants, you'd only need to evolve your Carriers to 10, which were already level 9. Shooters would just need to be evolved to 8. Guardians would only need to be evolved to 7. So Carriers is level 10, level 8, level 7. Shooter Assault Soldier Ants require level 10, level 9, and level 7. And Guardian Assault Soldier Ants require level 10, level 9, level 8. So the cost of amp crystals is highest for Guardians, then Shooters, and Carriers is the lowest. Amp crystal fragments should be the same for each 3 of them because, well, it's a single evolution tree. You need to get to a specific point regardless of the class that you're unlocking. Right, so in my particular case, let's say I want to do Shooters, I need 7,044 amp crystals, 31,123 amp crystal fragments. It also gives me an estimated time. If I don't purchase any amp crystals or amp crystal fragments, I would need to wait 57 weeks. That's more than a year. Now, if I started spending and purchasing everything, I would only need 21 weeks, right? And if you go down, you notice the things that it's considering. Free includes amp crystals and amp crystal fragments from active rewards, strongest war zone, and mine store. It does not include special offers, right? So if the game gives you a free bunch of amp crystals and amp crystal fragments randomly, that's obviously not included in the calculations of the estimated time. Paid includes the free sources as well as Warzone supply and daily special packs. It also does not include the surprise events that you might have, right? So essentially, you could unlock it even faster in the paid one, assuming these special events came out like an event where they gave you 200, or there was a $100 pack that gave 800, right? Those things can speed up the process compared to the estimated time. So that is our T11 Assault Soldier Ant cost calculator, and I hope that this would be very useful for you. If you've stuck around until this point, I am actually very grateful. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about these calculators. And I need your help. You see, the development was done by a dev team that doesn't play the game. The second thing is that although they are pretty nice at the development, bugs can always happen. Right? So what I would love for you to do is, if you see something that doesn't seem right, come and report it to me so I can report it to the developers and they can fix it. So as part of debugging and testing, if you want to join in and let us know if you found a bug or something, please reach out to me in our Discord and I'm going to report it, and it's going to get better and better over time. And maybe in a few weeks there would be a guarantee that there are no bugs in all of our calculators. So your support is actually very helpful to us. And if you have any suggestions on additional calculators or additional website features you'd love to see, let me know, so that I can decide how we can continue to enhance the website that we have so passionately built. So that's all I have for the video. Like I mentioned, you can save a lot of money in the Ants Underground Kingdom using Aptoide with my promo code. Check out the video that's linked to the description, or click the button that is now going to be showing in the top right of the screen. That'll take you to the video and start saving a lot of money while supporting this channel as well. The best win-win we can have. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.